Thanks for sticking with us here on WTOL 11 Plus. All Toledo residents got the chance to vote on a proposed change to the city charter today. The measure on the ballot would increase the number of consecutive terms a mayor could serve from the current 2 to the proposed 3. And if approved, the term limit for mayor would match the current term limit in place for members of Toledo City Council. And right now, the yes has 55% of the vote, no 45%. With a small amount of those precincts reporting.
If this holds up, Wade Kabzikavich would be free to run for a third consecutive term, which would be fair, I guess, looking at it, because the city council could go 3 straight terms.
And it seems like that's what the voters are agreeing to right now.
Lucas County voters also being asked to approve new funding for children's services. LCCS has a $1.5 million levy on the ballot. We heard from their CEO just a moment ago. LCCS has a $1.5 million levy. If approved, it would raise $14 million a year and cost an owner of a $100,000 home an extra $53 a year. Now you see it's overwhelmingly passing, and it's been surprising tonight. A lot of these levies that will cost homeowners money are all passing as of right now. That could change, of course. Given the climate, you'd think coming out of COVID, coming out of a inflation time, people just wouldn't want to be spending their money, but they are thinking in terms of the big picture, helping others. Yes, help LCCS as of right now.
And you mentioned this, the Toledo Lucas County Public Library, one of those that had a bond issue on the ballot as well. Look at that.
Wow.
60% of voters saying yes to that as of right now. The library system says that money would be used to renovate several branches as well as build a new library branch in southwestern Lucas County. If approved, it would cost the owner of a $100,000 home just over $30 a year. The last time the library system asked voters to approve a bond was back in 1995.
Now we've got live coverage across the area. Sophia Perricone, Steve Iwanek, and Michael Sandlin covering school levies.
Yeah, each of these communities decide whether to approve new money for their school districts. Let's go first to Andre Norris, who joins us in the studio this evening. Andre, Tecumseh Schools also has a levy on the ballot.
Yes, they do, Dan and Amanda. With polls closing in Michigan 8 at 8, district leaders are waiting for results to start rolling in. The Board of Elections in Adrian is where all votes across Lenawee County are being counted. Ballots from Tecumseh will include the district's sinking fund levy. If passed, it would allow the district to pay cash for repairs without incurring debt. That's according to district leaders. They say the money will be used for things like replacing the school's roofs and other capital improvements. The district has struggled to pass previous bond issues, failing 2 separate times in 2022. We spoke with the district spokesperson today who says they're hopeful this levy will pass and the money is needed.
This is something that the district needs to get done. We have a lot of stuff coming up. We have a lot of money that we're going to have to dedicate to our roofs, HVAC, the community pool, and that will come from our general fund if this does not pass. So a lot of relief tonight and into tomorrow on Wednesday if it passes.
Now, even though polls closed over an hour ago, a Board of Elections official tells me they're not sure exactly when votes from the precincts will start arriving. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Reporting in studio, Andre Norris, WTOL 11.
Andre, thank you. Toledo Public Schools has a levy on the ballot. It's the first in about 10 years. Sophia Perricone joins us live with more on Issue 19.
Dan, Issue 19 is a combined $5.8 million levy and bond that would go towards maintaining current Toledo Public Schools operational costs and creating new ones. Now, we do have some unofficial early voting numbers in to the Lucas County Board of Elections. Those numbers show that about 55% of early voters voted in favor of Issue 19, while about 44% voted against it. Again, those are just unofficial early voting numbers. Now let's break this down a bit more. The $3.8 million levy that's part of Issue 19 would go towards maintaining current operational costs for TPS, while the $2 million bond would go towards new initiatives like building new academies at the Scott Park campus.
When you're talking about an area such as Scott Park that had been underutilized since 1999, to be able to see it revitalized in the way that we're doing, we're trying to create that downtown momentum within the center city. And so we're going to get right to work right after, the passage, and we're going to be excited to do things. And again, it's a lot of opportunity for our kids, to our future, but more importantly, our current generation.
Now, I asked Superintendent Dr. Romulus Durant what would happen if this does not pass tonight. He said there would be some restrictions, but the district would do its best to keep those far away from students. Again, we will continue to keep you updated as election results for issue 19 come in. For now, reporting live in North Toledo, Sophia Perricone, WTOL 11.
Sophia, thank you. In Wood County this evening, a pair of school districts are asking voters to approve some levies. Perrysburg and Bowling Green are those districts. Steve Iwanek joins us now from outside, who is in Perrysburg actually this afternoon with more.
Yeah, hi, Amanda. So, yeah, we're outside right now. Perry all night long. Perrysburg in their respective levies on the ballot. But we're going to focus right now on the Perrysburg levy because right now that one is not looking so great if you're a Perrysburg in support of Perrysburg's incremental operating levy. So the district is trying to rebound after a pair of recent election failures. Back in March, voters rejected an $87 million bond to help fund a potential new elementary school. And last November, a $140 million bond was rejected. But this time around, the district has asked voters to approve an operating levy, which would be for 8 years at a $2 million increment. That district superintendent, Tom Hosler, says will make about 17% up of the operating budget. He says that this money is so important to the student experience.
As a school district, we simply focus on the students, and that's our job. And we just want to continue to do our job. And we do a very good job at what we do. And so that continues to be our focus.
Hosler says that if this levy fails, that the budget cuts would be about 130 employees worth in terms of the monetary value. Reporting here in Perrysburg, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Thanks, Steve. And Michael Sandlin joins us live from Hancock County for Finley City Schools levy.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm here in the Hancock County Board of Elections right now, and earlier today we did speak to this Finley City Schools Superintendent Andy Hatton, who really set the stakes here. This levy, if it doesn't pass, will mean $5 million in cuts for the school. They've been using the same operating budget since 2004, and that meant that they've had to cut and cut and cut just to survive. But they might need to keep cutting. We've gotten another round of ballots coming in here. Now almost 18,000 people have voted so far. And so far, 52% of them have voted no on this levy. Superintendent Hatton told me they've tried to do something different with this ballot, trying to turn it into a 1% income tax levy instead of a property tax levy. But if it does fail, they will have to cut 20 to 25 teachers, administrators, and other staff. So the results are still flowing in. The election is far from over. And I'm going to keep working with this guys as they continue to tabulate the votes. But for now, reporting in Finley, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
So the school levy's taking it on the chin right now.
Yeah, it seems like, well, it depends on where you are. TPS, things are looking very good there. However, when we get maybe to these more rural areas, Finley is where Michael is, and then Wood County, you know, maybe not as
And
much.
Riverdale lost last November by six votes.
6 votes. So our coverage of this election night isn't done yet. Make sure you join us on WTOL 11 News at 11 and catch us all night long right here on WTOL 11 Plus.